What's happening, y'all? It's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, man. I've been away, making that bread, paying the bills. Of course, until this can pay the bills. The channel is Questionable Behavior, and today I just had to break down this indictment on Sean Diddy Combs. I don't know what led me to want to do it, but I decided to download the indictment, and I was less than impressed with the indictment. There's a whole lot of vagueness associated with the indictment. And I'm going to go through a bit of it, but a lot of what's going on here seems to be some type of revenge against Sean because honestly, I'm not a Diddy fan. I'm not. I think Sean Combs is real corny. I think he's trying to be something he's not, which is an actor, this, that, and the other. And I know he's done, certain gigs where he's acted and done okay, Raising in the Sun or something like that. I haven't seen it, but I really don't choose to see him in acting roles, to be honest with you. That being said, some of his behavior on camera, filming at his house, showing, him with women and all of that stuff just is stupid. Like, it was just dumb. And you could tell he was under the influence or under the influence of his own arrogance, because that was about the dumbest shit he ever could have done. And all this filming of whatever went on, if they have that evidence, he's in trouble. I can't imagine that the allegations in this indictment are going to fly because there is so much vagueness in it, and it just doesn't make sense that they could prove it. That's really what I'm getting at. So, the Southern District of New York. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a show on Showtime by the name of Billions. It is really, really good. Really, really well done show. And Billions is all about the Southern District of New York, which is the federal government, by the way. Why they're in New York and not in Washington? Well, they are. The Department of Justice is all over the place, wherever they want to be, obviously. But it's the feds. It has really nothing to do with New York other than that's where they are located. That being said, they are sensationalizing this whole thing, just like it was on the show Billions. In the show Billions, the Southern District of New York tried to prosecute billionaires for some of their acts and what they did to become billionaires. The SEC violations and the trading violations, and with stocks and so on. They just were all over them for that, and it was really, really well done. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. That being said, what they're doing to Diddy is not the same, and they're trying to make it the same. So I looked up the meaning of the law racketeering, and what it basically says is it's a set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as legitimate business deals. Okay. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. Does that apply to Diddy? I don't know how they're going to prove that. Because a set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit. Now, where was he trying to profit? I know he had a sexual proclivity, is what they alleged, but that's not profit. Is that profiting? I don't know, but anyway. And then RICO, racketeer influenced and corrupt organizations. They're treating Diddy like he's the mafia. And maybe in some regards, he's behaving as if he is mafioso, but he's not. He's not. And where is the money that he is garnering from this behavior that he's being accused of? I mean, there is no law against being a freak. And it sounds like he was a bit freakish. And while that may be, disgusting to a lot of us and just profane, it's not illegal. And some of the things that they are alleging here, it says for decades, Sean Combs, for decades, that's at least two. So for 20 years, you have evidence that he did these crimes. And what they're saying is sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping. Who in the hell did he kidnap? And when he kidnapped them, why wasn't it prosecuted at that time? Arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Now, that's a lot of evidence that they have to prove. And I really feel like they are convicting him before the trial even takes place. Like, he should have got bail. There's no way that they could prove that the reason they denied bail is because he would intimidate witnesses, he would bribe people, and so on. Where is the evidence of that? I mean, there was no mention of that in any of the news reports that I've seen that they could substantiate that claim. So how are they getting away with just saying it and keeping this man from getting bail? I just, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, okay, if they had specific acts that he had performed, then okay. Now you don't deserve bail, Mr. Combs. Naughty, naughty, naughty. But they didn't say anything. They just said what they said he did. So it's like they're convicting him of something before the actual trial. If you're going to deny somebody bail, there should be some evidence. Like, bail is denied for murderers because they've shown violence, right? Well, this man has not. Where has he shown bribery? Where has he shown intimidating of witnesses? In the civil suits? Okay, what people are saying that is unproven? Has he been convicted of any civil suit? Has he had to pay anybody besides Cassie yet? So how in the heck is that justification for him not getting bail? It just doesn't make sense to me. And, you know, they're trying to convict him of racketeering, which is an organized crime law. That's why it was made. RICO. I don't know how they plan on proving all this. And then they take it to the nth degree, just like it was the mafia, and say that you will have to forfeit property and currency equal to the crimes that you committed. Now, it sounds like they can just do whatever they want to do. So, you know, put whatever number to it that they choose to put to it. Because you can't substantiate it unless you have business records. And you know damn well this man was not doing this for profit. He was doing it for influence and for sexual proclivity. Let's call it what it is. So I know a lot of people are saying that Diddy is going to jail for the rest of his life. And it's very simple. His attorneys have to be provided discovery. So all the evidence that the prosecution has, they have to give over to the defense so that they can prepare for the case, correct? Okay, so they have that in hand. If that evidence is so powerful that there is just no way he's going to get off, he needs to take a deal. You need to make a deal. Don't go to trial. You're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. And, oh, by the way, they're going to snatch all your assets and money. And your family isn't going to be able to live. So let's make a deal. Let's come up with a fixed sum that you can pay. Do your time in jail. Get out in 7 or 8 years and still have some kind of life. Go move abroad and you still have some money left. And now you can still have a life because he is done in entertainment. They have defamed his name so badly that I can't imagine what he would ever do in the future. Do you disagree? Because, I mean, his name is trash. Trash. That being said, this indictment, I highly suggest you download it and read it because it is just interesting. It is entertaining, but it doesn't seem like they can substantiate all these crimes. They have to have a ton of evidence. And oh, by the way, 2 things. Cassie has to testify to substantiate. Several times they mentioned the whole incident with Cassie, at least what happened to Cassie in that video. They mentioned it twice, okay? Without mentioning her name. I don't know who else he did that to, but they better have Cassie on the stand because if not, I don't know how they're going to prove that unless they have more video that we haven't seen yet. And oh, by the way, since cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom, are we going to get to see any of that video? I don't know. If in fact they do not convict Diddy of this crime, these crimes, he should absolutely be able to sue the United States government for the exact same amount or more than he was going to forfeit if they were able to convict him. Because they have ruined him, completely ruined him. Now, let me be clear. He's ruined himself by being stupid, putting these videos out there, letting his behavior, as heinous as it was, be shown to the public. I mean, dude, what the were you thinking about? I mean, seriously, chasing that girl down the hallway. I mean, bro, drugs, arrogance, you name it, is what he was on, and he absolutely did it to himself. That being said, that violence and drug use does not constitute him forfeiting his entire life. It doesn't. And he absolutely should have been granted bail, and they have proven nothing to this point and convicted him. He's spending all this time in jail, so he's been convicted already. Anybody say that? He's been convicted. And that's not the way that the judicial system is supposed to work. You're innocent until proven guilty. Well, he's been proven guilty and he is serving time already. That's not right. I mean, let's be honest about it. Tell me what you think. I'm dead serious. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong here? We don't know anything about this man. Okay? And although to me he looks corny as corny gets at times, he's also been very successful. Whatever. He has abused his success. I would agree with that. And you can tell in his arrogance and some of the things that we've seen that, yeah, you over the top, bro. And you don't know how to handle this level of success, unfortunately. That being said, he's not being treated fairly. He's not. He's not. He's not the head of a criminal organization. He's the head of himself and his company. And what did he do, excuse me, to justify them treating him like he's the head of the mafia? Real valid question. Channel's questionable behavior. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. Seriously. It's great to be back. Thank you so much for the support of the channel. And I'll be coming out with a video very, very soon. See you soon. Peace.